This channel cannot go on unless I address the Scottish elephant in the room. I am talking about none other than Drew McIntyre. Now, it's no secret that the hater doesn't think very highly of Drew McIntyre. Quite frankly, I never liked the kid, except for maybe when he debuted, because I was like, let's see what this kid's made of. Then he's like 6'8", has a DDT finisher, so I'm like, yeah, not my kind of wrestler, it is what it is. But nevertheless, when Drew McIntyre won the Royal Rumble, and earlier in that Rumble, when he eliminated Lesnar, I was left with no choice, right? I had nothing to say. I couldn't say, well, why did they give it to Drew? Which is usually the thing that I say during every Royal Rumble. Why did they give it to this guy? And I tried to reason that. I understood full well why they gave it to Drew. You see, cucks, there's this thing called the airport test. It's a well-known heuristic in wrestling, right? Basically, it goes as follows. If you're walking in the airport and you see these people, right? Are they going to turn your head? Are you going to stop and stare at them even for a moment? So, for example, if you have people like Bret Hart, you know what I'm saying? Bray Wyatt, rest in peace. Carmelo Hayes, Bianca Belair, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Nathan Frazier. See what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? If you have these people, are you going to turn your head at all? No. You're going to keep walking about your merry way, and then you're going to see people like Andrade, people like Humberto. So you kind of see what I'm going with here, motherfuckers? You know what I mean? You're going to see people like Noam Dar, Tyler Bate, you know, Swerve Strickland, Adam Page. And you're going to keep walking again because none of these people are interesting. They just look like regular people. Now, if you keep walking and then you see, I don't know, Wardlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Booker T, Lashley, Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker player, Kane, and so forth, Big Show, The Rock, the list goes on and on. Triple H in his prime. You're going to be like, holy shit, who are these guys? Where did they find them? Likewise, if you saw someone like Kurt Angle, right? You'd be like, holy shit, this guy's intense. If you saw like Shawn Michaels, you'd be like, holy shit, that's like the coolest guy of all time. You know what I mean? You would react. You would react if you saw Drew McIntyre. And that's just facts, motherfuckers. This guy is built like a machine. He's easy, 6'4", 6'5", legit. You know what I mean? And with all that being said, the motherfucker is also a good-looking guy. You know what I mean? He's got a lot going for him. But despite all this, Drew McIntyre finds himself playing, I don't even want to say second fiddle, because at this point, he's like seventh fiddle up in this bitch, to lesser people like Jacob Fatu. And this is inexcusable. It's inexcusable. Again, I'm not saying Drew McIntyre is like God's gift to wrestling. He's far from it. At the end of the day, he's this big bumbling guy whose finishing move is a dropkick. You can call it the Claymore all you want. It's a single leg dropkick. It's a move that Hardcore Holly would do with 2 feet instead of 1 for free and better. You know what I mean? So there's a lot you can improve with Drew McIntyre. Like, first, give him an actual finisher that takes advantage of his size and strength. His finishers are a DDT and a kick. Those are the finishers of Noam Dar. That's of that kind of wrestler. Like, if Gentleman Jack Gallagher comes back, those can be his finishers. You know? Like, that's a Roderick Strong moveset, cucks. You know, he needs big power moves. But there is a lot to improve here. But if you just look at Drew McIntyre, you're like, holy shit, look at this guy. Like, can you imagine what it's like just being Drew McIntyre? You walk into a room, and you can probably beat the shit out of everyone there within seconds if you just feel like it. Oh, what if he walked into a room with Justin Gaethje? Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? He'd probably beat Justin Gaethje's ass, too. He probably takes shits bigger than Justin Gaethje. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make, motherfucks, is this guy is a head turner. And head turners are people that can become stars. Like, at the end of the day, you all know that even if the fans love someone like Jacob Fatu, right? Or, like, now I'm hearing, man, I can't wait till Zilla Fatu shows up. It's like, this was like when, if you remember, when, like, the Hardy Boys were, like, kind of a thing, People are like, wow, I can't wait till CM Punk and, Chris Hero debut. It's like, shut the fuck up, you know what I mean? These guys suck ass. Yeah. But anyways, the point is, you have people like Zilla Fatu and Jacob Fatu. And at the end of the day, motherfucks, things are how they are. You know what I mean? These guys are never going to have the appeal of Drew McIntyre because no man or woman would look at them as the equals to Drew McIntyre on a physical level, right? It's just not going to happen, Oh, Jacob Fatu grew up in the streets. No, he didn't, motherfucks. I don't buy any of these lies. They're a family of millionaires. Oh, wrestlers didn't make that much back then. Or I'll let you in a little secret, motherfucks. Through 2 associations, I am very, very familiar with the Anoa'i family. I know a guy that knows them. I know a guy that knows them. But for real, I do. And according to him, they're very well off, motherfucks. They're not doing poor at all. So they say, yo, I grew up in the streets. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You grew up in Florida. Oh, hater. Don't forget about, Tampa. It's really rough around there. It can't be that rough. It can't be that rough if it's like 90 degrees every day, motherfucks. You don't know what rough is. Just shut the fuck up, So, I'm tired of this shit. Drew McIntyre is a superior man physically to, all of the Samoans, including Roman Reigns. He is superior to him. He is bigger, taller, stronger, better looking, better on the mic, and pretty decent in the ring. He has the attributes. He doesn't match with me. I don't like him. He's not my kind of wrestler. The same way that Chris Benoit never matched with me. I understand why people think he's good. I understand why people think that Bret Hart was good. They just didn't match with me. Batista, for example, never really matched with me either. But let's see. Booker T did. I really enjoyed Booker T matches, right? He just matches with me. It's kind of shit I like. So with that being said, we find ourselves, in a situation that we don't want to be in. A situation where we have a bunch of jobbers taking space up in this bitch, taking space and, kind of doing their thing and trying to get themselves over. I mean, I can't blame Jacob Fatu. What is he going to do? No. Give the spot to Drew McIntyre. But realistically, for the last year and a half, right, since Cucky Rhodes first won the title from Roman Reigns, it should have just been Cucky Rhodes against Drew McIntyre ad nauseum. Because nobody else is worthy of being champion. Here's the thing. There is a suspension of disbelief that has to happen, right? But in the past, this was checked with logical booking. So I'll give you this example. Rey Mysterio becomes World Heavyweight Champion. He earns it after winning the Royal Rumble, coming in at number 2. Then he beats Angle and Orton at WrestleMania to become the champ, right? Now, fast forward a little bit, right? We got Rey Mysterio, first title defense. It's going to be against JBL. JBL makes his life a living hell by having him face Great Khali and Mark Henry in consecutive weeks. They squash Rey Mysterio, right? Rey Mysterio is the world champion. But Rey Mysterio is 5'3", Great Khali is 7'3", right? Mark Henry is 6'5", or whatever the fuck he is, 6'3", whatever. Some shit, he's the strongest man in the world. So obviously, they're going to beat Rey Mysterio. Then Rey Mysterio beats JBL and continues his title run, right? So this needs to happen too. Meaning, there is no scenario in God's green earth where Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens would ever win a fight against Drew McIntyre. It is just as stupid as having Rey Mysterio beat Mark Henry. It's just as dumb. It's just as dumb, motherfuckers. No scenario in which someone like Kevin Owens beats up someone like Drew McIntyre. Now, I know what all the fat neckbeards that are watching this video at some point are going to be thinking. Just because you're big doesn't mean you know how to fight. Tell me you've never been in a fight without telling me you've ever been in a fight. By far, the most important attribute in a fight is strength and size. Other than, of course, just straight up cardio. Cardio is the most important attribute, followed by strength and followed by size. Because a lot of people don't understand this, but if you're big, it's harder to hurt you. You see what I'm saying? It's not just that Brock Lesnar is stronger than Conor McGregor, so that's why he would win and we have weight classes. It's basically, if Conor McGregor punches Brock Lesnar in the face, if Conor McGregor punches Big Show in the face as hard as he wants to, Big Show is not going to get knocked down by that. But if Big Show punches Conor McGregor as hard as he wants to, Conor McGregor's dead, motherfuckers. And that's the problem. People don't know. A lot of people have never been hit in the face. I've been hit in the face a shitload of times. And you don't even know if you don't know what a punch is like getting punched in the face, if you don't know what that's like, I don't want to hear your theories. Oh, skill is more important. No, you don't know anything about skill. Maybe you train your little jujitsu, low contact sport, so you can learn a leg lock and get your ass beat in a bar by someone who's bigger and stronger. That's how it works, motherfuckers. But anyways, that's how it is, cuts. That's how it is. I don't make the rules. Do you make the rules? Not me, motherfuckers. But the reality is Triple H makes the rules, and Triple H dictates that people like Jacob Fatu and people like fucking, eventually I'm sure, Zilla Fatu, and people like Cookie Owens and Sami Zayn and Jey Uso are going to be there. When the reality is, everyone I just mentioned, like Drew McIntyre would pulverize them all into the ground. Literally in seconds. Like if Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso got into a fight, like in 15 seconds the fight would be over. And Jey Uso would be dead if Drew McIntyre so willed it. And again, I'm not a fan, motherfuckers. You can say the same thing about other people too. Even other people that I don't like Karrion Kross. Like Karrion Kross would beat the shit out of Jacob Fatu. He would beat the shit out of Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. Doesn't mean necessarily they should all be pushed. But when you're pushing the jobbers, you have to hang your hat on something. You have to say, wait a second, I'm pushing this jobber primarily because this jobber has this other attribute that he's good at. Like, for example, you could have a jobber, right? You could have someone that sucks balls, and he's good at one thing. Like, I don't know, Axiom, right? You want to push Axiom? All right, if you're looking to push like a young guy who's quick and athletic for storyline purposes, go ahead. But you have to hang your hat on something, right? And that's the problem that I have with this. It's not like, for example, if let's say that Kevin Owens was as good as like prime Jericho on the mic. Now you're like, all right, we need someone really good on the mic for this particular program. Bring in the fat guy who knows how to talk, right? That's not what Kevin Owens is, though. You could just bring in Drew McIntyre. He talks just as well. Maybe, probably even better. So, in summation, motherfuckers, that's what I'm getting at here, all right? I'm getting at the fact that we have a situation where, the people that are getting pushed are holding back people that not only are more deserving, but that would be more entertaining. It's as simple as that. And people that make more sense. It's fucking weird to turn on the TV and to see like a blonde, like twink in Cucky Rhodes and a fat blonde jobber Samoan as the US champion. Meanwhile, you have Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre walking around like doing nothing with their careers. It's fucking stupid. It would be the equivalent of Taka Michinoku being champion while The Undertaker player is out there feuding with like Kane for nothing, And that's all I gotta say about that. So take that to the bank, motherfucker, because the hater speaks truths.